Like, I've seen it in, and I'm not throwing shade on bigger streamers, I've said this loads of times before, but I hate it when you go into like the streamers and they've got like 10, 20,000 people in there, and the chat is just rolling by so fast, right? And then they just ignore it. And when I say just ignore it, like, I've noticed that people like Asmongold, for argument's sake, he must have mods that literally pull out chat for him to focus on, because how could they possibly answer 30,000 people, right? I get it, I'm not saying that, but I raided somebody the other day. I'm not going to say when it was because I'm not going to call the person out, but I raided them, and I went in there and they just carried on with what they were doing, and they didn't sort of say anything about the raid. It was like, oh, I welcome and whatever else, and didn't really do anything, just went back on to doing what they were doing. And I just sat there and I thought, like, why would you do that? I know you're probably like engrossed in what you're doing and whatever else, but you stream, so why not just take a minute out of the game, like press pause or something? That's me. No. People can go all good. Terrible with chat. Come and go. I get you. I try and, like, when I'm painting by numbers, right? I have a bit of an issue at the moment where if I'm following a line or a paint, if I take my eye off of it, I forget where I was, and then I'll go and start another bit and paint over the number, which is a pain. There are programs that filter out spam, like one-word messages and things like that. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I've not had to invest in a program like that, because I generally get, from what I see from the after reports, I generally only get between 5 to 10 people sometimes, maybe sometimes a bit more. I've never really had like loads of people come in, and I wouldn't even know if I did have loads of people in there, because, as I've said again thousands of times, I don't have a follower count thing on. I don't know who's in here and who's not, because, and the reason I do that is because I don't want to demoralise myself if there's nobody in here. My God, I felt so nauseous until I drank coffee and eat toast. Better now. Nice. Yeah, look after yourself. So I never put it on, because if I knew I was sat here, do you imagine, like, think about it, like doing a stream for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours and then having nobody come in, how demoralising that would be. And then equally, how anxiety inducing would it be to see that you've got, I don't know, 20, 25 people come in, 30, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're under the spotlight? Nah, I don't need to know that. If it happens, it happens. Today was cheese and ham with chorizo wraps, and I toasted them. I have a mod, an auto shout for Raiders, so I don't miss them. But never know other than thank you. What to say other than thank you? Do you know, honestly, I obviously just love the sound of my own voice. So my wife often tells me that. I've always been a people person, you know. I'm that guy. I'm the guy that makes everybody laugh at a party. I'm the guy that's the outrageous one, that's loud and talks to everybody. I don't need like prompting to go and see somebody. I've never been afraid, like, for argument's sake, I've never been afraid to go up to a woman and ask her out, or go up to her in a club or whatever else. I am extremely, extremely confident. And I can tell you now that everybody turns around and says, oh, you got to have big six-pack and muscles and be slim and, you know, body beautiful and whatever else. Otherwise, you won't get anybody. I've never had a problem with being able to get into a relationship with anybody or meet people, because I've figured out that, more importantly than anything else, women do actually like somebody who's confident. It doesn't really matter what you look like. And let's face it, at some point we're all going to get old, grey, wrinkly and whatever else, and you're left with the person afterwards. You know, and that's what a lot of people don't seem to realise. You know, when you pick that person, if you're taking your vows seriously, you're going to be stuck with them forever. Oh, chat quickly. It's just nice to make. It's nice to make new friends and chat with people. I think, yeah, exactly. That's why I do it. Renical, of course, must have just paid to have chorizo. Pegley, you can always introduce yourself and what kind of do on your what you kind of do on your channel. Thank them for the raid and ask them what they did in their stream. Yeah, I do. It was only £1 slice from Tesco's. Wait, you never asked me out. I feel hurt now. Yeah, well, I didn't have to ask you out because you're constantly sending me all the foot pics and stuff. You know, don't make me show them on stream, Raiden. You know I will. I don't know. Like, I'm just me. I'm the guy that says all the outrageous stuff, and I say it in such an outrageous fashion that you can't actually get the ump of me, because if you'd have taken what I said as serious, it's more a reflection of you than it is of me. You know? Let's come up here a bit. Do this bit here. I'm going to concentrate on this bit now, because I've got to stay within the line. That's as far up. No one was supposed to know that. Yeah, exactly. Love myself. I had a convo with my partner the other day about my hair, and he was like, "You'd look good bald too." Not gonna lie. so it looks like I've got to keep whatever I end up looking like. You know, honestly, we as humans, we judge everybody on everything that everybody does: the way they look, the way they dress, the way they smell, the way they act, and we put so much stock, too much stock, right, into what everybody else thinks about you. You know, my brother just went away on holiday, right, and he said to me, his missus is going to go and have a tan. And I sat there and I said, what's she going to have a bloody tan for? You're about to go into 40-degree heat. I'm pretty sure you're going to get a free one while you're out there. And then he's like, I don't know why she does it. And I said, it's because she doesn't want to be the one white person that looks like they've never seen the sunshine before. She doesn't want to be judged by it. And I said, my argument is, well, what do you care? Are you ever going to meet these people again? No. So why are you giving them so much control over your life? Sod them. You want to look. You know, you want to judge. That says more about you than it does about me. I kind of got this attitude when I got my webcam, and then I very first turned it on, because I was always scared of what people would say about me, because, you know, I'm a big guy, and I don't think I'm particularly good looking, and I don't say that to fish for compliments. It's the truth. I don't think I'm particularly good looking. I say all the time, you know, I'm devilishly handsome and whatever else, which is probably true. But, you know, I don't actually. And ever since I put my webcam on, it's given me so much confidence, because it's like I truly don't care what people think. If you want to sit there and slate me off for the way I look, well, great. Why are you doing it to me? You're leaving somebody else alone. And trust me, I will sleep just as well as I normally do, knowing it or not knowing it. Me, I am seriously anemic white person that never tan. Yeah, you know, and what difference does it make? You know, what's this? I take my pasty vampire skin in the sun, burn Chris, then die a few days later. Who cares if I'm blind, people? Go to the beach. Exactly. Honestly, like the more we start to not care about what anybody else thinks of the way we look, the way we dress, and whatever else, I prefer to care about how people think the person that I am is. Right? That's the one I actually care about. You know, do people think I'm a nice guy? Do people think I'm an arse? You know, that's the one I care about, because you know what? That's the one I can choose to do something about. That's the one I actually have control over. You know, people that poke fun at fat people, or, you know, or people that poke fun at ugly people. I don't actually believe there is an ugly person that exists, because I believe that everybody is beautiful in their own right. Just because your exterior doesn't follow the set pattern of what everybody thinks is beautiful, doesn't mean to say that you're not a beautiful person. Yes, you feel I'm an arse. Well, that's because you've had time to get to know me, Raven. Like, let's be fair about that. You've had no choice but to find out. I get more hurt by people saying I'm not a nice person rather than saying I'm big or not pretty, etc. Because I take so much pride in being a kind person. Yeah, exactly. I know you love me, darling. I've seen your pics you sent. I honestly, I would be devastated if I hurt someone's feelings, right? And I didn't actually mean to do so, because I have the ability of telling somebody, but also I'm that guy that will tell you when you smell. Oh, there is nothing more irritating in the world than not telling your friend that they smell, because you're not a good friend if you don't. I'm sorry, but you're not. Because you're literally sitting there watching the rest of the world go, God, look at that person over there. He stinks. He should go and have a shower and whatever. And that person may actually not know that they smell. And by telling them, yes, of course, you're going to make them feel embarrassed. You're going to make them feel awful, right? But they're going to go home and they're going to start to rethink the deodorant they use, the soap that they use, the frequency in which they wash and whatever else, right? And they might put it right, and then they'll stop smelling, and then everybody will stop poking fun at them behind their back. And then, you know what? If they don't want to go do something about it, then fine. If that's the way you want to live your life and you don't care about what others think, you do you, boo. More power to you. But the way I look at it is, if you don't know, you should be told. Asked my mate about a dress the other day. She says, nope, looks awful, send it back. But it's nice, and yeah, exactly. My wife, right? I this is my second marriage. I'm always looking to get the perfection, right? Okay. My first wife was just a huge nightmare, of which I visit in my nightmares constantly. But my ex-wife, right? She cooked me this dinner once, and it was awful, absolutely awful. And I decided to just eat it. And then she said, oh, what did you think of it? And I was like, that was really nice. I enjoyed that. Thank you. Well done for doing it, right? Because I was being a nice guy. I bet everybody can guess what happened the next night, and the next week, and the week after. She kept on cooking the same bloody meal, and in the end I had to say to her, look, darling, I'm sorry, that meal was awful. There's nothing about it. It's literally making me feel sick to think that you've cooked it again. And then she was in tears and stuff, and I said, what are you in tears for? She said, well, you said it was good. I said, yeah. I said, because, like, I was trying to be nice, because it was awful, right? And ever since then, I tell people, if you cook something and it's absolutely perfect, I'm the first person to tell you. But if there's something crap in the meal, I'll turn around and say, it was great, everything but that. Because I don't want to go through weeks of being given the same rubbish, And to some people, that might make me sound like a bit of a pig. Honestly not. She cooked it. Emma, I've got something to tell you about the thing you've been cooking for 20 years. Yeah, I think the statute limitations definitely hasn't worn out on that yet, Carl. I think just for your own personal safety, you should probably continue on the fast. Wings are a start. I'm putting my foot down. All on this food talk. Wings are a start. I like chicken wings. I mean, unfortunately, I don't get to go to restaurants and stuff and to go out for a meal. I can go to a coffee sometimes, like when I get in the car and the wife drives me down to Starbucks, but that's about it. I don't actually get to go out for a meal. So we generally tend to have takeaways and stuff whenever the wife doesn't want to cook. And unfortunately, I don't want to bring the conversation down again, but my wife, bless her, she got diagnosed with angioid streaks about 5-6 years ago. Frosty, how you doing, buddy? Lovely to see you back. Angioid streaks, which means that she's within the next year or two now, because it's been over the time which they said, she's going to go blind. So what we did is we've literally made the entire house. Mark, without being precise, where are you based? In my chair. I live in Pembrokeshire, in southwest Wales. I could almost, I can't from my bedroom window or whatever else, but I can see the sea almost from where I am. I'm literally about a 45-second drive to the sea. No, you're all right. I don't expect you to remember everything, mate. Like, especially with the amount of people that you get coming into yours. Like, for me, it's not so bad. Like, you know, I can normally remember what people say, but yeah, that's where I live now. I was born in London. I was born in Middlesex Hospital in London, and I got out of there as quick as I could because London ain't what it used to be. For whatever the reasons, I'm not going to go into political reasons on that, although as most of you know, I do like a nice little political bitch every now and again. My bad. It's beautiful there. Oh, it is. It's stunning. The very first time I come here, I just took a look at the place and fell in love with it. And again, not trying to bring the conversation down, but I know I'm going to die here, you know, because I've got no interest in going anywhere else. Pembrokeshire has some of the most wonderful, genuine people and community. It's still relatively untouched here, and it's lovely. Your numbers are doing great right now. I wouldn't have an I wouldn't know, honestly. I genuinely, I'm not just saying that, I genuinely don't know. I don't have any counters on. I never do, because like I said, you can get so demoralized if they're too low, and then you can start getting nervous if they're too high. I'm in one of them positions where I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. But a welcome to everybody who's in here, and everybody who's chatting, even the ones that sat out there just watching. I will say this much: if you are out there watching and you are enjoying what you see, you know, hit that follow button, because it doesn't just help me, but it also helps all other creators. And feel free to, I think it's right click on everybody's name that you see in here and drop them a follow, or if not a follow, at least note down their names. And if you ever see them on Twitch and they're live, please go check them out. It'll probably only take you a couple of minutes of your time, and you'll probably realise as quickly as I did that they're actually genuinely funny people, nice people, and they would love a follow and to get to know you as well. Do that there, and then that bit down there. Oh Christ, I've never had chat go this fast before. What's his laugh at there? 100%. Look, need to get some donuts. No worries. I won't tell you then. What's this? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, all these thousands of people stake. No, there's not thousands. No, that can't be a thing. No, I refuse to believe that that's a thing. The chat is actually going pretty quickly, but I refuse to believe that it's thousands. I'm not that popular. But I appreciate each and every one of you for being in here, and not just because I can actually say it's not from any kind of monetary value, not for anything that I'm going to get out of you other than just company. And the fact that I've had one of my best paint by number streams I've had in a long time. Garish, how you doing, beautiful? Garish Lee, everybody. She is an absolute angel. She just like Raiden. Sorry, I didn't pick you up, did I? Raiden's lovely. She's a great streamer. She streams all different types of games. She's just a real down-to-earth person. You definitely need to check her out. Garish Lee, she does something kind of unique, really. She does karaoke streams as well as streaming games and stuff. and I actually sung on there once, and yeah, she's brilliant. She's well worth looking into. Um, yeah, and they're all part of the community here that we've all managed to come together with since the year and a half I've been streaming for. I say a year and a half, it's probably not been that long based on the fact of how much time I've taken off. You'll find sometimes that there'll be times when I don't stream or whatever else because of being ill or having a down day or whatever else. If you want to know when I'm going to be streaming, I used to try and stick to a schedule, but when I fell ill, I lost the ability of being able to. So I generally try and say in the Discord when I'm going to be on. I usually tell you what's wrong with me and whatever else. And I've got a nice bunch of people in there. Like I said, my Discord has gone a little quiet just recently because I haven't really been able to put the time in to keep it going, you know. But I'm still trying. I'm still working at it, and I have no doubt that just out of pure sheer devilment and trying, at some point it's going to be fantastic. Yeah, I found Mark one day. We've kept him ever since. Yeah, exactly. It's a nice place to be. Good right. Thank you, Pegley. I really appreciate that. I love Zomboid so much. Right, okay. I need to play Project Zomboid, right? And I'd like to try and play it with somebody else because I don't know how to play it. I've tried it a couple of times and I can't get to grips with it. But everybody says like how good the game is. It looks fun, but I just can't get into it. It's like I was blown away when Cole plays Squad because I bought that and no one plays it with me. And I tried playing it online, and of course, because I don't know anybody, don't know the buttons and what I'm doing, and I can't shoot a barn door with a shotgun, you know, you can imagine that not many people wanted to have me on their team. So, you know, we can play what I've bad at it. Oh, this sounds good to me. I'm up for it. I just, that's one of my biggest gripes at the moment is that, like, when I get days like this and times like this, when I'm in a really good mood and I don't actually feel too bad, because at the moment I don't, right? 3 hours from now, I could feel awful. And then I'll probably turn around and say to people, oh yeah, I'll be on. And then I can't be. And I hate more than anything in the world being unreliable. So I try not to commit to anything. Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it at the time. It was very hard going on Squad Join, but it was good laugh. I can imagine it is a good laugh. Lord Creed, been with me since day one. One of my very first subscribers. I met him years ago on GTA roleplay, which I do a lot. Not so much recently, but I used to do a lot of. And he's been a really, really good friend. Like, genuinely a good friend. Such a nice guy. Generous to a fault. Has a beautiful wife. And he's just a really nice, sarcastic twat. That's the easiest way of being able to explain him. And it's nothing that he wouldn't tell you himself. Am I wrong, Creed? Look, I need to go walk the dog, buy donuts before I forget. No worries, Nugster. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate the lurk more than you'll know. Thank you. What's this? I don't get called nice all that much, but I'll take it. Yeah, well, that's the reason you don't get called nice is because of words I can't say on stream. And yeah, enjoy you all. What dog have you got, by the way? I've got 2 pugs, Pickle and Pitch. Pickle is a fawn coloured one. He's male, and Pitch is all black, so that's why we called her Pitch. I also have Chicken, which is Chiquita, our Chihuahua, who is just the princess of the house. Literally the princess of the house. She sleeps in bed with us. She's treated better than the kids by me and the wife. Bye, Nugster. I'll try and join and be like she's still there. Oh, that's 19 now, so I can stop now. because that just went down to there. So it's 19, so that's all black. This is 16 there. Looks like I'm going to get this bit done, which I wasn't actually planning on doing, but we're here now. We're feeling pretty good, so let's just go for it. Make hay while the sun shines. Let's get that bit in there. You'll know when I'm starting to concentrate because I'll finally shut up for 5 minutes, which doesn't happen very often, so enjoy the peace. It's usually when I get to the edges of something and then I have to kind of concentrate on what I'm doing. But I'm loving doing this picture though. Oh, the one I've got coming up. You celebrating Thanksgiving today, Mark? My wife is. She's watching all of the parades and she does it every single year. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. I forgot it was today, even though she showed me what she was doing. I don't necessarily celebrate anything really, apart from waking up in the morning. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving anyway. You listen to the same playlist as I do. Oh, do I? I just, do you know what? Like, I couldn't understand why my videos, like, it kept on saying the audio portion of this video has been removed due to copyright. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I thought I was using, this is where I had to learn about DMCA stuff. And I thought I could have sworn I used it. And in the end, I just used Streambeats. I'd love to find something else. I kind of almost want to find something that's a bit like lift music, but just not as annoying. I did try to find a Harry Potter one, which started off really well and then just went really grunge halfway through. And it was like, not really into that, I'm afraid. I always use Streambeats. Yeah, that's what I do. And I've used that for, well, over a year. You'll notice on all my videos. And I'm not one to like use the other track, right, so that I can have recognized music or copyrighted music. You know, as some people do, they put it on one track. Because when you sit back and watch their VODs, it's just them sat there with game sounds saying nothing. And it's like, okay, it's not particularly interesting. I actually really care about people watching it back. When you play Raft, a chat member found me a band who lets streamers use their music, which is awesome. So we get shanties while sailing the seas. That's incredible. Oh, if you wouldn't mind, I don't know if you're in the Discord or whatever else, but I'm in the cult. So send me the links to, if you won't mind, to any kind of free music that you've used, because I'm literally, I say stuck with, I'm not stuck with it, but I use Streambeats all the time just for ignorance of not knowing what else is out there. I was going to do a playthrough of Raft soon. I never completed it. And I was going to play it off stream. But I know Mr. Pitbull in here, he plays a lot of Raft. And I was thinking it'd be nice to actually have a big game like that. And when I say big game, there's loads of stuff you can do in it, building rafts and whatever else, which I like doing. Would probably work well on stream. So, Mark, community, PZ. What's PZ? Community PZ night when? Project Zomboid. Oh, I mean, I'd love to turn around and say it a particular night. The problem is for me is as you know, like right now I'm doing all right, but a couple of hours and it'll probably be a different story. And that's why this is the thing that's hurting me the most streaming at the moment, because I don't know if I'm going to be here from one day to the next. Like I started to get a tummy ache one day, and what was it, 4 weeks later I'm coming back on telling you all how I had pancreatitis. You know, I was kind of stuffed. So I'd love to come in and actually sing again. I can't hold a tune in the bag, but I really enjoy doing it. And it was just nice, just letting go of the fear of like, oh, people are going to judge me because I can't sing, you know? So, I don't know, all I can say is as soon as I feel up to it, I will have to try and get something done. It's just difficult for me to organise anything at the moment because, like I said, I don't know how I'm going to be. I wish things were different, really different. I had my sleep apnea test the other day, and they like I said, they told me it's going to take up to 8 weeks, probably longer because of Christmas, to get results. And this tiredness is just no fun. You jump in whenever you feel it. That's what I love about the karaoke streams. People can jump in for one song or stay to the end of the stream or anything in between, as long as there's space. Yeah, exactly. I'm so sorry that I feel like I actually come in and upset a couple of members in your community, because I think everybody thought that I was just going to come in and I was trying to force my way to the front. And then you were saying like, oh no, you what? Yeah, no, because I genuinely weren't doing it. I just didn't know what I had to do. I can't wait to catch a stream. Oh, Garish is brilliant, honestly. So he's right. In actual fact, I can go so far as to say that I haven't met one person who's currently probably in this stream right now that isn't a fantastic person. If you choose to follow anybody, you'll not regret it.